Panda on this DMV First Warn Day.
Can't relate, man. Napping through the day like
Napping
that?
through the day, hey, in that controlled environment.
That sounds perfect.
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of us are about over this heat. Am I right?
I am.
Oh, yeah, because it's been bad. It's been sweltering. We still got some of that, so if you can be in a controlled environment like our Panda friends, you're set. But if not, we're here to keep you informed. Now, it's not just the heat and humidity. We also have storms that are on the way, a few more than what we had out there yesterday, but there's that hazy view looking out toward the Washington Monument. That heat is still very much evident and with us across the area. Air temperatures have already climbed up here as of this lunch hour to the upper 80s, lower 90s. We've seen this story over the last few days. This entire week has been stifling so far, and when you factor in still those tropical-like dew points well into the 70s, we are talking about a heat index creeping up yet again into the triple digits. We're already there in places like Frederick, Manassas, Waldorf, and D.C. is not far behind, which is why yet again we have some form of heat advisory or warning. At least today, it's not those excessive heat warnings, so the heat index is expected to be a little bit less. And the main thing that will help us from getting to those extreme temperatures and heat index values from the last few days, that renewed chance for showers and storms. This front right here is going to be the reason for that. It extends all across the mid-Atlantic up into the Great Lakes, and this will be the trigger for at least those showers and storms that could become numerous throughout the area by the middle of the afternoon and then stick with us as we head into the evening time. We saw it yesterday after temperatures spiked into the upper 90s. Those that saw some thunderstorms did cool off at least a little bit, but before the storms form up today, there you go. We're talking about air temperatures still very hot, well into the lower and middle 90s. A few of us may flirt with 100 degrees, but more importantly, even though those air temperatures are a little bit less, there's the heat index we're going to be dealing with before those storms fire up. Everybody is going to climb into the triple digits, a little bit less if you go out toward the higher terrain, but this is stifling enough that we do still need to take those precautions to stay cool, stay hydrated, especially if you're going to be out in the heat for any length of time. Now, as far as those thunderstorms go, this heat, this humidity, plenty of energy for these things to feed off of. So we're talking about the threat, if any, do form up again. Gusty winds, heavy rainfall that could lead to some flooding, and hail will all be in the mix if we see another round of those severe storms, and that is at least likely for parts of the area. And check out how this forms up. By the time we hit 2 o'clock, there you go. The first storms will be bubbling up right along that front that is just off to our north, and then check it out. As we head later into the afternoon, starting to get into that evening commute time, those storms will be bubbling up even more, covering a good portion of the viewing area. Everybody is fair game as far as Futurecast is showing right now. Northern Virginia into D.C., Southern Maryland, look to see most of the activity. As you drift north, possibly a little bit less, but still, we want to be watching out for any of these storms as they form up, gain some strength. Look at that. By 6 p.m., we could see a good bit of action along the I-95 corridor during that main peak evening rush hour time. So just be prepared to take it slow if you have to, as we see that heavy rainfall, like I mentioned, that could pond on the roadways, flood a few low-lying areas. Now, here's the good part. As we head into the overnight hours, right around sunset already, these storms, they won't have much left to work with as we start to cool off into the overnight hours. A few showers may bubble up as we head into your Friday morning, but the severe threat for today should be over with by 8 to 9 p.m. So DMV First Warn is in effect still for that heat and humidity plus the storm threat. But as we head into the day on Friday, yes, we're still going to keep showers and storms around into the weekend. But how about that adjustment? Highs tomorrow, what a step back. We'll only be getting into the lower and middle 80s.
All right, Damon.